welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my to be read list for the rest of 2020. As you may have seen, I participated in the Reading Rush 2020 and I just fell back in love with reading. So I've started doing a bit more reading. I did that last time when I was doing the challenge that I vlogged and put out my to be read list. It actually helped me be able to read, because sometimes you say you're going to read a book and then you don't, you end up doing other things. I thought I'd put a to be read list for the rest of the year together and hopefully I'll get most of them read. Now I may vlog some of this, I may not, it genuinely depends. Anyway, let's get on with the video. So the first book on my reading list is Phillip Pullman's The Subtle Knife. Now as you would have seen from my previous to be read list, I read The Northern Lights and I love this so much that I've already started. I am 5 chapters in to reading The Subtle Knife. Phillip Pullman just has a way with words and the way with building and creating worlds that just fascinates me so much, and I really want to read The Subtle Knife and The Amber Spyglass before season 2 of His Dark Materials on the BBC airs. Now if you don't know already, I have an absolute obsession, I have to say obsession, with the TV series, with the books. I'm so fascinated by the story, and my friend Kaylee, who's also a massive Phillip Pullman fan, is going to be reading these alongside me, joining me to read these again, and we're going to be like chatting about them, and hopefully we're going to be setting like a podcast up to do with His Dark Materials. There's not a lot of details on that yet, so I can't really give too much away about it, but we've been talking about it with our friend Kerry as well, as we all love the series. So could be reading The Subtle Knife, which I've already started, and Amber Spyglass. I'm really excited about reading both of those. I've also got another Phillip Pullman book. Now I picked this one up at Comic-Con last year. In London there is a convention called YALC. This is the Young Adult Literature Convention, and you can go there, meet authors, talk to people from book publishing companies, go and present your ideas, just chat to people who are in the business, but you can also buy books and get books signed. And I bought Aladdin and the Enchanted Lamp by Phillip Pullman because I thought this would be a beautiful addition to my class's book corner. And I've not actually read it yet, so I really want to look at it, and it's a retelling that Phillip Pullman has done of Aladdin with some beautiful, when I can get there, some beautiful illustrations, and I'm really excited to read that. So that is another book that I would like to read. The next book I want to read is in a series. There are 4 books in the series. The first book is called Dorothy Must Die. Now Kaylee bought this book for me for my birthday quite a few years ago, and I fell in love with this and had to buy the next book straight away, and then the other 2 books that came along. So this is a book about a girl called Amy Gunn, and she lives in Kansas, the same as Dorothy. But The Wizard of Oz and Dorothy, it's just a story. It's not anything more than a story, and one day a hurricane comes and takes her away to Oz. But everything that you believe about Oz, it's just the opposite. The good guys are the bad guys are the good guys, but then it changes and you don't actually know who is good and who is bad. So the blurb for this book, I'll just read it just so I don't spoil it, because there is a whole series and the twists and turns just shocked me and I don't want to ruin it. It says, "I didn't ask for any of this. I didn't ask to be some kind of hero. But when your life gets swept up by a tornado, taking you with it, you have no choice but to go along, you know. Sure, I've read the books, I've seen the movies, but I never expected Oz to look like this. A place where good witches can't be trusted and the wicked witches just might be the good guys. A place where even the yellow brick road is crumbling. What happened? Dorothy. My name is Amy Gunn, and I'm the other girl from Kansas. I'm recruited by the Revolutionary Order of the Wicked, and I've been given a mission. Remove the Tin Woodman's heart, steal the Scarecrow's brain, take the lion's courage, and then Dorothy must die." Now Danielle Paige is a phenomenal writer. She's also written another book called Steel in Snow. Fabulous. I'm waiting for the second book to come out. Absolutely love this book. Twists and turns, amazing. But she wrote the Dorothy Must Die series, and it's the first book I came across. So it goes Dorothy Must Die, The Yellow Brick War, Wicked Will Rise, and then finally The End of Oz. Now this book got a bit tattered because I took it with me to Florida. I started reading it on my way out there, and then I didn't have time and I was too tired on the way back to read it, so I started reading it but never actually got around to finishing it. So I'm on chapter 9 and I genuinely can't wait. because it's one of my favourite book series, and if anybody ever asks me, it's one of the first authors I will tell you about. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm just going to leave the links down below for all of these books and you can go and check them out. But I definitely recommend this series. So this is called The Darker Shade of Magic by V.E.SCHWAB. Kaylee and I met her last year. She signed my book and she's just lovely, absolutely lovely person, a fantastic writer. I've read the first few chapters and there is an audiobook, so I'll probably listen to it alongside the audiobook. But I know for a fact that this starts with "Kel wore a very peculiar coat." Kaylee and I quote that all the time. And yeah, so the blurb is: Kel is one of the last travellers, magicians with a rare ability to travel between parallel universes connected by one magical city. There's Grey London, without magic and ruled by the Mad King George III. Red London, where magic is revered and Kel was raised alongside the heir to the empire. White London, where people fight to control the remaining magic and magic fights back. And once there was Black London. Now, I've read the first few chapters and it's so good, and from what I understand, I'm not going to give too much away, is that he's got like a coat and the coat can transform in between worlds and he gets to go to each world and we get to find out about each one. And I'm so excited to finish reading this. I did read the first few chapters, but it was quite a while ago, so I'll probably start again from the beginning. And I'm very excited to read this book. So the next book I want to read is a book called Alice, which is by Christina Henry, and it's basically a twisted tale of Alice in Wonderland, and I'm halfway through chapter 4. So the synopsis for this book is: one of crumbling buildings and desperate people called the Old City. There stands a hospital with cinder block walls which echo the screams of the poor souls inside. In the hospital there is a woman. Her hair, once blonde, hangs in tangles down her back. She doesn't remember why she's in such a terrible place, just a tea party long ago, and long ears and blood. Then one night, a fire at the hospital gives the woman a chance to escape, tumbling out of the hole that imprisoned her, leaving her free to uncover the truth about what happened to her all of those years ago. Only, something else has escaped with her, something dark, something powerful. And to find the truth, she'll have to track this beast to the very heart of the old city, where the rabbit awaits for his Alice. So this is a dark, twisted tale of Alice in Wonderland, and I am so excited to read it. I remember reading it and really enjoying it. It's just, I've got this thing of like starting books and things happen, you know, life happens, and I don't end up reading it, but I'm going to be reading all of these. There's only 2 books left on this list, and I have got quite a few, but I think I can do it. So the next one is called Queen of Hearts by Colleen. Now you can see, started reading this one as well. It's a twisted tale again, and it says evil is rising in Wonderland. So it's how the Queen of Hearts becomes the Queen of Hearts. So it says, only queens with hearts can bleed. This is not a story of happily ever after. Beneath each smile lies a secret. Each heart comes with a demand, and Alice has not tumbled down the rabbit hole into Wonderland. Not yet. Princess Diana will one day become the Queen of Hearts. She longs for her father's approval and a future with the boy she loves. But when a betrayal breaks her heart and threatens her throne, she's launched into danger. Diana must ahead of her enemy. She'll lose not just the crown, it will be off with her head. Evil is brewing in Wonderland, and maybe, most frighteningly, in Diana herself. I started reading this and really enjoyed it. However, I'd read 2 other books about like the Queen of Hearts and Twisted Tales, so I think what happened was I started reading it and then I wanted to read something slightly different because I'd already read 2 books like it. But I'm so excited to get back into this. I love Twisted Tale books. Now, the last book on this list is called The Iron Trial by Black and Cassandra Clare. And this book was given to me by Kaylee. She dropped it round and said that because I love the Harry Potter series, I absolutely love this book. This book is meant to be a grown-up version of Harry Potter. Kaylee and I have quite similar taste in books, as you're probably aware, because she's purchased quite a few of the books here for my birthday presents and things like that. We often swap books as presents, and when we're done reading a book, we usually swap it over if the other person wants to read it. There's a little teaser on the back and then a synopsis inside. So this one says, think you know magic? Think again. The magisterium awaits. And then inside it says, never trust a magician. Most kids Callum's age dream of having the natural talent for magic needed to get into the magisterium. That's where they'll learn to hone their skills and control their power in order to pass the first year's iron trial. Cal has been told his whole life that he should never trust a magician, and so he tries his best to do his worst, but fails at failing. Now, he must enter the dreaded magisterium. It's a place both sensational and sinister, and Cal realises it has dark ties to his past and a twisty path to his future. The iron trial is just beginning. Cal's biggest test is still yet to come. This sounds really good. I've seen it recommended online and I've been recommended it by Kaylee, so I also want to read this book, and I'm so excited because I love the Harry Potter books and I love anything magical. So that is the end of my to be read list. I'm so excited to read these. I will be updating on my Instagram as I'm reading them, which is at practically Disney in every way _ and also over on my Twitter at @mymagicallife_, and I hope you're all joining with me. I will probably do book reviews for these. I'll definitely be talking about some of these book series with some of my friends who have also read them, but also I'll be doing my own book reviews as I read them. And I can't wait for you to be along in the journey. I just want to quickly say thank you to everybody who's subscribed to me. I've had quite a few subscribers over the last few weeks, and I just want to say thank you so much for subscribing. It means a lot. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below what's one of your favourite book series that you think I might enjoy, so I can add it to my list. And if any of these books have interested you, let me know down below. If you'd like to subscribe, please click here. If you'd like to see any of my other videos, click here. Hope you have the most magical day, and I shall see you soon. Bye!